And good morning. Good morning. This is your senior moment, and we are in episode number 32 today. Episode 32. And we have 620 year to date. I added a little category there. 620 year to date, 30 so far for this month. It's August 1st. First day of the month, we jump up to 30 today, 930 for the month, on our way to 27,290 push-ups for the year. Link tree's in the bio. I invite you to click on our link tree in the bio, see what you can see, what we're involved in and what we do. And you can also use the links, of course, to jump to areas that interest you. Free products, free samples, free downloads, more stuff coming. 930 for the month, kids. Today, episode 32, prompting. Prompting. Now, I'm not talking about the teleprompter, although I wish I had a teleprompter. Before we get started, remember, this is your senior moment. It's young living or assisted living. You can make your home a healthy home, and it all starts with you. Make your home a healthy home, and I hope this helps you out a little bit. Okay, spiritual prompting is what we're talking about today. Let me just tell you a story. A while ago, I was driving down the crosstown, and there was a car broken down on the side of the road, like you see many times, and I kind of blew by it. And I noticed that there was someone in the car, and I got a little ways down. It bothered me, and it bothered me. So I exited, I circled around, and I came back and I pulled up behind the car, and I could see that there was someone in the car. And so I got out and I walked up to the car. There was a gal in the car, and I handed her my business card so that she could, it's got my picture on it, so she could see, at least that who I was, and my phone number and my email address and stuff like that on there. Hopefully make her feel a little bit better. And I asked her if she was okay and if she needed any help. And she didn't have a cell phone with her. And so while she was driving down the road, her car crapped out. She got it off onto the side and was kind of sitting there deciding what to do. And Keith Hittner shows up. Okay. So I offered my phone, and she called for help and arranged to have somebody come. And then I also offered to stay with her, or maybe to take her somewhere. And she was a little nervous about that, understandably. So, she declined to do that, and I understood that. So the whole point to the story is that I passed by the car, and inside me, something prompted me to go back and help that gal. And I don't know what it is. So I'm asking you, what is that prompting? Some would say it's the Holy Spirit. Some would say it's your subconscious. Some would say it's like a gut instinct, a feeling, that little voice inside your head, your counselor. I didn't hear the deep voice, Keith, go back and help the woman. Nothing like that. It was just kind of this like, it'd be the right thing to do. So what is it? When should we act on it? Where does it come from? Is there more than one? I mean, think about that. What's the difference between a real prompting and just me talking to myself? Because I talk to myself in my head all the time. I have an ongoing dialogue with myself. And what about the psychopath? He's got promptings too. Kill the man. Kill the man. He has voices. What about those voices? Where do they come from? Do those voices, does that prompting come from more than one place? I don't know. I'm not saying it. I'm just asking the question. So just now, as I think about it, there's a difference, at least for me, between the prompting and the prompting to do something in the voices that I hear in my self-talk. Let me just see here. Webster, I looked it up. So here's the book. Webster has, what does he say? So Webster says prompting is to remind something that has been forgotten to do, to draw forth, to produce. A person whose job is to remind actors, singers when they forget what they're supposed to say or do. To draw forth and produce. That's a verb. That's an action word there. So when I say I'm prompted, it's always to take some action, to do something. We don't get prompted to think about things. So it's always to do something for someone else as well. And mostly it's not something that I would think about, at least for me, that I would think about that I would want to do as a normal part of me. It's always unsolicited. It's just like this thing that pops in. So do you act on your prompts, on all of them? Well, maybe. The first thing I do is make sure it's real, I guess, and not just a fleeting thought, because fleeting thoughts disappear and evaporate quickly. And, in a short period of time, you don't even remember having them. But a real prompt, it doesn't go away. In fact, I find that it gets stronger and louder to the point where you either have to act on it or make the conscious decision that you're not going to act on it. It seems like that's the only way that it will go away. Otherwise, it's just going to be there nagging. And then if you don't act on it and you haven't made a conscious decision that you're not going to act on it, for me, then I start feeling guilty about it. So what's the lesson here? Should we all act on all of our thoughts and prompts? Well, I don't know about that. But what I would say is that I have learned to pay attention to the prompts. Just accept them, acknowledge them, pay attention to them, and then make the decision if you're going to act on them or not. Decide if you're going to take action or not. Nothing happens without action, and a thought is just a thought. So that's my thoughts on prompting. Okay, so what am I grateful for today? Well, I am grateful for these. This is an emery board. This is a little fingernail file. This is a metal fingernail file. This is a different kind of a emery board fingernail file. I get it. This one's from some office supply store. This is from a home warranty company. This glass one here was from another company. I've used it so much that the name from the company is actually rubbed right off from it. I love these things, and I got them all over the house because my fingernails tend to shatter and crack. And so then every time I'm either putting on a pair of gloves or putting on a shirt or something like that, they snag on there, and you get that little snag. It drives me crazy. So I got to keep those things nice and shiny and all that stupid thing. I know it, but I like them. Okay, so that's the deal on the emery boards. Get yourself one to file your fingernails. All right, let's do some sit-ups today. We're going to start the month with 30 sit-ups. We're doing 30. And I've done my push-ups. I did my deep knee bends out on the patio. It was fantastic at 4:30 this morning. So sit-ups. Let's do some lovely sit-ups here so I don't hit my head. Here we go. 30 of them. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, now remember, we're not doing Marcus of Queensberry rules on form and structure. Just do your sit-ups. I don't care if they're ugly. I don't care if you cross your arms, point your hands behind, whatever. just do them. The older you get, the longer you want to live. I'm Keith Hittner Senior, and this has been your Senior Moment. We'll see you tomorrow.